Aloha and good morning, everybody. Let's take a look at yet another mostly peaceful protest. We'll start out with Fox. Lancaster protesters held on whopping $1 million bail each after alleged riots. Funny thing about this story, it doesn't go into what the charges against these rioters are. It doesn't show any pictures. It doesn't say what happened during these alleged riots. Let's take another look at another legacy media outlet. USA Today. $1 million bail set for Lancaster protesters decried as blatantly unconstitutional. And it wasn't just anybody that was saying it was blatantly unconstitutional, but Pennsylvania's lieutenant governor, where these latest riots happened. Yeah, poor Pennsylvania. What a lieutenant governor you have. Now, let's take a look from outside the country. Let's take a look at what the English are talking about this protest. This is from The Sun. In England, $1 million mob. Lancaster protesters held on $1 million bail each after bricks and bottles thrown at cops during riot over shooting. Doesn't make sense in a way, does it? These people can't be called protesters if you're saying that they were rioting, throwing bricks and bottles at cops. In fact, if you take a look at the first sentence of the story, arrests were made after Pennsylvania police said demonstrators threw items including bricks, plastic, and glass bottles at cops, and windows of the police station and post office were smashed. Before we get back with this story, let's take a quick look at some local video. This is from LancasterOnline.com, and I'm going to pick it up at about a minute into the video or thereabouts. As you can see, these rioters, well, they have a dumpster on fire right here, and now we're going to go to, look at these broken windows, the next morning showing, and some more. Oh yeah, and yet some more. Okay, back to the story. Now, let's take a look at a little bit more of this story. Well, some pictures of these rioters anyway, and their names that were posted in this newspaper. Matthew Motherman. He got $1 million. Catherine Patterson. It doesn't say if she got the $1 million or not. Here is the reason for the riots. This man right here, Ricardo Munez. I'm pretty sure you must have seen the video here. I'm not going to play it, but you see him in mid-jump doing some kind of a yell, and you can really see pretty clearly that huge knife he was waving at. Looks like he's lunging towards the policeman right there. This is the body cam view of the policeman. And here is a picture of this man in a slightly calmer moment. It looks like a police picture. I don't think this is a family portrait. And this is the picture, the body cam again. So you can see these were all pictures taken from the policeman's body cam. And this is showing the man immediately after he was shot. So this is what the Lancaster riots were all about. We have this man who came charging at a policeman with a knife and deadly intent, and the policeman brought him down with a gun. Yet another fool bringing a knife to a gunfight. And this is what the Black Lives Movement decided to protest over. Yet another criminal. Here's another man, Yeshua Dwayne Montouk. And here's Talia Gessner. Barry Jones. They say he's $1 million bond. I'm assuming that the people that aren't listed with 1 million after their names, that they were listed on lesser numbers, because not everybody that was charged was put under $1 million bond. So I'm assuming, there I go again, making an ass out of you and me, I'm assuming that the judge had a good reason to put specific people under $1 million bond. Here's Gaston. Look at this. He was on probation at the time of his arrest. Yeah, way to break probation. Rioting. Here's the second man that was on probation at the time of his arrest. Another man breaking probation. Black Lives Movement is just filled with criminals, aren't they? Why, you can't shake a stick at a crowd of them and not hit 3 or 4 regular criminals of the Black Lives Movement. And finally, we have Taylor Enterline, who also got $1 million bond. I think what's upsetting most to the DNC and the Black Lives Movement about this $1 million bond is that Sleepy Joe can't cover these bonds as easily, because he bailed out the rioters over on the left coast, or his campaign did anyway. And Camel Toe Harris, she helped bail out the rioters on the left coast with campaign money too. But these numbers are much larger. It's not so easy to come up with these $1 million after $1 million out of your campaign for these criminals. After all, they might not be able to print as many lies in the papers or show as many lies on legacy media. If they did.